All right, up next, I have Barb Usini, the verbally abusive relationship.
Thank you. Your friends are stupid. Do you listen? Do I have to explain everything to you? It was just a joke. I'm here today to use this forum to talk about verbal abuse and to give awareness to the issue. My name is Barb Usini, and I was born in Seattle, Washington. I work for the state, first part of my career medical and now human resources. And I was a high school dropout and a teen parent. I'm terrified of public speaking, and I am a survivor of verbal abuse. The verbal abuse culture, I think, is perpetuated by marketing and greed. What is verbal abuse? Verbal abuse is power over another, and it's designed to break one's spirit. It is dominance and control. My childhood started with verbal abuse at age 3, and it started when my stepfather took a picture of me in a hula skirt and yelled at me because I didn't know how to pose for the picture. I didn't even know what hula was. And young adult, in my teens, 20s, I was in verbally abusive relationships. And in my 30s, I tried to recover and get better. And 40s, I was with a psychopath. And examples of verbal abuse. One is gaslighting, which is crazy-making behavior. So it's manipulation from the perpetrator so that you end up doubting yourself. So the perpetrator is someone usually with low self-esteem, a weak person, and they try to get their needs that fulfilled through abusing others. A survivor usually is someone that can be codependent and does everything for the perpetrator at their own expense. The cycle of domestic violence and verbal abuse is the honeymoon period, and then it escalates to the incident, explosion, and then it goes to saying I'm sorry, and then it repeats. How to recognize verbal abuse. So one way that I recognize it is listen to my gut. If I'm hurting in my gut, chances are I was verbally abused. It's always reliable. Warning signs, financial ruin. I ended up filing for bankruptcy twice in my verbal abusive relationships. Long-term effects of verbal abuse, for me, it's been depression, panic and anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. And it's something I work on every day, but I'm a survivor. Help for a survivor. The main thing is to know that it is not your fault, that you had nothing to do with this abuse. And it's time to look at your community resources and reach out to family and friends for help. Safety plan is very important for every scenario. What I did for one of my situations is change the locks where I lived, another restraining order. Advocacy, super important. I'm just starting at Safe Place to volunteer, but volunteerism and donations, really helpful. Self-care. We all need self-care whether we've been abused or not. My favorite is guided imagery, and my favorite narrator is Belle Ruth Napperstack. So here's a little inspiration, some little sayings about survivors, and to know that their story is important and not to be ashamed of it. So I want to thank everyone today. My first Ignite. I have resources if you yourself need help, and recommended books. The Verbally Abusive Relationship from Patricia Evans saved my life. And you're welcome to contact me. I can give you my phone number and email, and I can talk to you afterwards. Thank you, everybody.